Hello students, welcome to the session on file handling in Python. So we will start with opening and closing of the files. Python has built-in functions to manipulate the files. First function is open the file. This function is used to open the file that we want to access. To perform any operation on a file, that file must be opened first of all. So this open function is used to open the file in Python. This function creates an object which can be used to perform different operations on file. So syntax of open function is, we have to write a function name, that is open, and in round bracket we have to give the name of the file that we want to open. This access mode is also one of the parameters. This open function returns the value that is collected in an object, that is file object. So file underscore obj is the object returned by this open function, which is used to perform different operations on file. This file obj works as file handle. File underscore name is the name of the file that we want to open, and this access underscore mode indicates the mode in which we want to open that file. That is, whether we want to only read the data from that file, whether we want to write the data in the file also, or we want to append some data in the file. So these are the access modes. Access mode is an optional parameter in the open function. By default, this access mode in open function is a read mode. So if we are not specifying any access mode, then by default that file will be opened in read mode. File can be accessed in a read or write mode, but multiple combinations of these modes are also available. So we'll see these access modes one by one. So for example, the access mode is written as small r. Then this is a default mode. Even though we'll specify or not, this will be considered as a read mode. This is, if r is specified as an access mode, then it opens a file in read only mode, and the pointer, that is file reading, will start from beginning of the file. If the access mode is written as RB, then file is opened in read only mode with the binary format, and again it will start reading the data from beginning of the file. If the access mode is written as R+, then both reading and writing operations will be done, and it will start reading and writing from beginning of the file. RB+ is for reading and writing in binary format. Again, this mode is also starts the manipulating data from beginning of the file. If access mode is written as a W, then it is only for write only operation. That is, if we have written this access mode as W, then we can only write the contents in a file. If that file does not exist, for example, the file that we have specified the name, if that file does not exist, then it will be automatically created, and then the contents will be written in the file. And if the file exists, then contents will be overwritten in a write mode. It will again start from beginning of the file. If the access mode is written as WB, then it opens a file in binary format for writing operation. If file does not exist, then new file will be created. Otherwise, contents will be overwritten in the old file. This is also starts from beginning of the file. Next access mode is W+. This opens a file for both reading and writing mode. If file does not exist, then new file will be created. Otherwise, contents will be overwritten. This also file starts pointing from beginning of the file. Next access mode is WB plus. That is, it opens the file in binary format for both reading and writing operation. Here also, if file does not exist, then new file will be created. Otherwise, contents will be overwritten. If the access mode is written as A, then the file opens in appending mode. And if the file does not exist, then that file will be created. This operation or this access mode also starts from, so just see the difference, it starts from end of the file. As we are saying appending a data, so whatever the previous data is, at the end of the data, new data will be appended. So the file pointer is always at the end of the file. Next mode is AB, that is opens a file in binary format for appending. And if the file does not exist, then new file will be created. This also starts from end of the file. A plus, if the access mode is A plus, then it opens a file in reading and appending mode. And if file does not exist, then new file will be created. File pointer is again at the end of the file. Next access mode is AB plus. This opens a file in binary format for reading and appending. And if file does not exist, then new file will be created. And this operation also starts from end of the file. So as operation is appending, it starts from end of the file. Otherwise, all other operations, it starts from beginning of the file. Now, as we said, this open function returns the file object. This file object is used to perform the operations on file. So, this object is called as a file handle. So, what is this file handle? We can take an analogy of a TV and a TV remote. We can use a TV remote to switch the channels or change the volume of any channel. But whatever the changes we are trying to do by using this remote control are actually done on a TV. So, in our file also, this file handle or a file object that we are saying, wherever the object is created, then this file handle or a file object acts as a remote control to our file. So, we'll use this file object, but actual changes will be done in the original file. So, file handle is different from file. As we say, file handle acts as the same as a remote control to our TV, and it is used to access the file and perform different operations. Even we can print the file object also. So, we'll try to print this file object. For example, we are trying to open one file. Name of the file is a.txt, that is, this is a text file, and we are opening it in a read mode R, and we have assigned it to F. So, F is our file object now, and we are trying to print this object. Then the output of this code will be printed as we have opened a file. Which file we have opened? A.txt. In which mode we have opened it? We have opened it in a R mode, and this is the initial pointer. The next point is file object attributes. So, file object can be used to access the information of a file. So, which information we can access? Depending upon that, different attributes are there. So, these different attributes are, first is file object, whatever we have created, .closed. This returns true if our file is closed, otherwise it returns false. Fileobj.mode. This attribute returns mode in which file is opened. Means whether it is opened in read mode or append mode or a write mode or combination, that is returned by this attribute. Next is fileobj.name. This returns name of the file. So, what is the name of the file? That will be returned by this attribute name.name. Next method is close method. close method is used to close the file. Once the file object is closed, we cannot access that file. We can open a file, do the operations or access the data, and then we have to close the file. Once it is closed, we cannot access that data. Python actually automatically closes a file. Once the file object is reassigned to a different file, then the previous file is automatically closed by Python. Close method closes the file and releases the resources associated with it. Even though we are saying that the Python function closes a file once it is assigned to a different file, but still it is, as a good programmer, it is a good habit to always explicitly use this close method to close a file. And syntax is name of the object dot close and round brackets. So this is the close in round brackets in the syntax. Moreover, there is upper limit to the number of files should be open in a particular program. So even though we are saying that, so Python will automatically close the file, but still there is some upper limit. If that limit is exceeded, then the program may even crash or work in an unexpected manner. Therefore, there will be a waste of lot of memory if we keep many files open unnecessarily, and also we can say that the open file, if we are opening multiple files unnecessarily, then there are chances that the data in a file will get corrupted and there may be a loss of data also. So, being a good programmer, it's good habit to always close the file by using this close method. So, we'll see some examples of this. Open file. Here we want to open a file. Name of the file is try1, that's try1.txt file. We are opening it in a read mode. Immediately we are closing the file, and then these attributes we are using, that is file.name, file.mode and file closed. So we have opened the file and we have closed it, and we are trying to display name of the file, access mode of the file, and whether file is closed or open. So here we are displaying name of the file is, which file we have opened, that will be displayed, that is try1.txt. In which access mode we have opened it, so it is R, so it will display as a R, file.mode attribute. And file.closed, this attribute will return us whether that file is open or closed. So as we have already closed it, it will return us true. So these are the attributes, that is name, mode, and whether it is closed or open. One more example we will see. Here we have opened one file and we are trying to print the file name. So name of the file will be printed as try1.txt. Here we want to access the mode. So as it is write in a binary format, so WB will be printed. Now we are checking whether it is closed. So still it is not closed, so it will return us false. Now it is displayed that file is being now closed. You cannot use file object now. So this will be printed as it is just a print statement. Now we have closed a file, and now we are checking this attribute file closed. So now as file is closed, it will return now true. So this is the about opening and closing of the file. Contents are taken from Python programming using problem solving approach by Rima Thareja. Remaining contents we'll study in next session. Thank you.